Welcome to the weekly MindSweep 190, Curated Conversations, Expectation. From sparks to staying power, rethinking expectation in entrepreneurship. A few years ago, I bought the most beautiful planner I'd ever seen. Thick paper, smooth tabs, monthly, weekly, and daily sections. It even had inspirational quotes in the margins. I convinced myself that this planner would change everything. It wasn't just a purchase, it was a promise. Because in my head, this wasn't going to be just a planner. No, this was going to turn me into the kind of person whose desk could be photographed for HGTV magazine, a vision board queen, a Pinterest-worthy CEO, the kind of person who alphabetizes their spice rack for fun. This planner was going to transform me into the version of myself who had it all together. Neat handwriting, daily routines, color-coded calendars, perhaps even the houseplant that managed to stay alive. 3 weeks later, it was buried under a pile of unopened mail and coffee-stained Post-its. It wasn't really about the planner. It was about the expectation. Maybe this would finally be the thing. The belief that the next tool, offer, or system would turn everything around. If you're a creative entrepreneur, you're not alone in having this feeling. It belongs to all of us. We've all chased that same shiny promise. The internal cycle, the firework idea trap. Here's what I see in almost every creative entrepreneur I've worked with. Honestly, it was my pattern too. You don't just get an idea, you get the firework idea. It shows up like a sudden burst of brilliance. The vision, the launch plan, the Instagram reels, maybe even the book deal. It lights up your whole sky in an instant. You can see it so vividly that you start checking domain names, sketching out logos, redesigning your services, maybe even blowing up your whole business plan to make space for this new thing. And it feels incredible because it is. Your brain is flooded with dopamine and optimism is high. Everything feels possible. And then, boom. Fireworks are not designed to last forever. When the glow fades, or when another firework explodes nearby, you assume the idea wasn't really the one after all. Time to wait for the next big burst. This isn't about being flaky. It's not about lacking follow through. It's about how your brain is wired, constantly seeking novelty, chasing dopamine, and falling in love with possibility. The problem isn't the ideas. Many of them are genuinely brilliant. The problem is the expectation that a single firework will keep the sky lit forever. The external cycle of expectation. For creative entrepreneurs, external expectation often shows up like this. Number one, the spark. New system, new course, it often lights up the brain. A new offer lights up the brain. Immersion, step number two. We dive in with hyper-focus and optimism. Step number three, the reality. The shine fades when it requires consistency or doesn't fit our brain. Number four, disappointment. Cue self-blame. Why can't I make this work? And repeat. A shiny new thing appears and we start over. But expectation doesn't just come from the outside. Sometimes it comes from our own brains. And oh boy, that's where things get really interesting. The neuroscience of expectation. So why do ADHD brains get hooked so easily on expectation, whether from a shiny new planner or our own brilliant ideas? We'll delve into that in week 192, but for now, let's gain an understanding as we build awareness. Expectation feels so powerful for creative entrepreneurs because your brain is wired to light up in anticipation. That's where the dopamine rush comes from, the thrill of imagining how the new planner, the new offer, or the new idea will finally change everything. Anticipation is often more exciting than actually doing the work, which is why the shiny feels so irresistible. But what really happens when reality doesn't match the mental movie your brain has created? It feels like a letdown. The crash can be discouraging, even shame-inducing, especially when you tell yourself the problem is you. It isn't. It's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do, seeking novelty, chasing reward, and reacting strongly when expectations and outcomes don't line up. So, what is a creative entrepreneur to do? Let's work with expectation. Here's a 5-step guide to raising awareness of expectations as a creative entrepreneur. 1, name the spark. When you feel yourself light up with a new tool or idea, pause and say, this is expectation at work. My brain is chasing dopamine. Naming it creates distance. Number 2, date your ideas. Instead of marrying a new idea on the first date, set a 30 to 60-day dating period. Explore, play, or prototype, but don't blow up your whole business yet. Number 3, try the side project approach. Keep your main business steady while testing an idea as a side project. If it fizzles, no harm is done. It proves itself, integrate it later. Number 4, ask the integration question. Instead of asking, how can I rebuild everything around this idea? Ask, how can I integrate into what I'm already doing? And number 5, recommit with intention. When the dopamine wears off, don't assume the idea is dead. Ask, what would it look like to recommit from choice instead of infatuation? Sometimes a tweak, a pause, or persistence is what moves it into real growth. The planner and the ideas on my shelf. That planner still sits on my bookshelf, not because it worked, but because it taught me a valuable lesson. Expectations are powerful, but unmanaged, they keep us chasing. The same goes for the half-finished ideas tucked away in our notebooks, voice memos, and Google Docs. Each one is like a sparkler that burns brightly for a moment, lighting up the night and making us believe that the glow will last forever. But sparks fade, and that's not failure. It's the natural rhythm of our creative brains at work. What those abandoned pages really remind me of is this: excitement is natural, but it isn't forever fuel. If we expect it to carry us endlessly, we'll keep leaping from one shiny thing to the next, exhausting ourselves in the pursuit of the one. But when we stop asking excitement to be the only driver, something essential shifts. The shift is this: expectation says this one thing will fix everything. Intention says this idea, this tool, this system might support me, but I'm the one who builds the business. One relies on hope, the other relies on choice. One hands over your power, the other places it firmly back in your hands. So the next time you feel the thrill of the shiny, whether from a promise outside you or a firework inside you, pause, breathe, smile at your beautiful brain for lighting up with possibility, recognize it for the gift that it is, and then choose. Will this be the quick spark that reminds me of my creativity? Or does it deserve the commitment to be something more? Because that choice, not the planner, not the course, not the idea itself, is where your power lives. My questions for you this week are: what's the most this will change everything tool or planner you've ever bought, and where is it now? And how do you tell the difference between a quick spark of inspiration and an idea worth committing to? Reply and share with me. The planner won't save you, but you know what will? Learning to work with your brilliant, spark-hungry brain instead of against it. Excitement is a gift, but it's not a forever fuel. The power comes when you choose what to do next with it. And if you're ready to move from expectation to intention, let's map your ideas, your rhythm, your process, so you can build a business you're proud of. Bring me your firework ideas, and I'll help you figure out which one deserves the long-term spotlight. Your brain, your business mapped. You can book a free MindSweep chat at chickbookcreative.com.